Hey, what's up guys? Brad with Squared Away every day, and today we're going to be talking about my 2,000 mile review, or thoughts rather, on the Tesla Model S Plaid steering yoke. Now, I've owned this car about 6 months, maybe a little bit less at this point, and I've got 2,000 miles on it. I've got other vehicles, that's why I don't have like, 5,000-6,000 miles on it. But I'm going to give you my honest thoughts and opinions on what I think of this particular thing. Now, I did a very extensive review on how the car looks when I'm driving it, like when I'm turning it, all this different stuff. I did a really extensive review and thorough review that I'm going to link to right up here. You can go ahead and check that out if you're curious on what it looks like to drive the car, all the functions on the steering yoke, all that kind of stuff. This video is more so about what do I think about it after 2,000 miles of driving with the yoke. Do I still like it? Would I still prefer that over a regular wheel, or am I just totally sick of it? Now, if you haven't had a chance yet, please go ahead and give me a like, give me a sub, and let's hop into it. Okay, so at the end of the video, I'll be letting you know, do I still hold the same sentiment that I did in my first video, which was, hey, I will take the yoke every day over the steering wheel. Do I still have that same sentiment? I'll let you know at the end of the video, but let's first talk about stuff that I still enjoy about the Model S Plaid steering yoke. We're gonna wait for the geese to pass, just 1 second here. Okay, so what do I like about it? Well, I really like having this clear view of this screen up here, and that's uninhibited by any sort of top part of a steering wheel. That's been super nice. I still like that. That's freaking awesome. I do really like when you're mashing down the pedal, you're unleashing that 1,000 horsepower, 900 foot-pounds of torque, and you're just hammering down on the pedal going straight. It's nice. It feels like you have a ton of control over the car, and you really do feel confident even with the amount of power that this car is putting down to the pavement. So that is really cool. I dig that big time. I really enjoy the blinkers. Putting a blinker on and then the car recognizes you've made that lane change and it turns off is nice. Is that really specific to the yoke? Not really, but I do like that just on the whole system rather than having a stock. That's pretty nice. It's easy to engage the blinkers. That stuff has been super, super nice, and I've been stoked about it to this point. Now let's talk about the stuff I don't like about it. And that is going to be two things in particular. Number one is going to be the horn. The horn has got to be one of the most idiotic things that Tesla has ever done. Why not just put the horn? Okay, we can have the yoke, right? Why not just have the horn in the middle of the yoke? What the heck was that about? Why did we need this tiny little like 1/4 inch by 1/4 inch button to hit when we're like stressed out? Okay, so let's say we're at a stoplight even. The light turns green, there's one guy in front of us, and now the light's about to turn yellow. He's like looking at his phone or something, and we just want to give him a little, okay? We just simply want to honk at him real quick and just, bro, it's time to go. Even that in itself can be a pain in the butt to do, but it's even harder. Like, let's say you're driving in the lane and there's a guy that's just, he doesn't see you. He's merging over into your lane. There's a guy right behind you. You can't slam on the brakes and you're trying to hit the horn to let him know, like, yo, bro, I'm right here. Please don't smash in my $140,000 car. It's hard to find the horn under stress, and I've even driven the car a significant amount. Now, as I mentioned, I have several different vehicles, and so I'm constantly swapping in and out of different vehicles, and sometimes I like to drive my wife's Tesla because she has the crossover, soon to be the Model X Plaid SUV, but she has a crossover. So if I'm going to Costco or I just need to load a bunch of crap into the car for a run, I like to take that. And so sometimes I'll have to give her this car to go ahead and use for running her errands because the Teslas are just the best daily drivers. The problem is, she's not super accustomed to using a steering yoke. And so me personally, she does fine. And like, she always comes back in one piece, thank God. But I don't feel comfortable setting her out in this car. And it's not because of the 1,000 horsepower, the 900 foot-pound of torque. No, ironically, it's just this weird little steering yoke that makes me feel uncomfortable. Specifically, it's not like super difficult to learn how to drive the car as a steering yoke, to do U-turns and to make turns and to go around roundabouts and even to drift around parking lots or racetracks. It's not difficult to learn how to use. It's really not. What's difficult is learning where the blinkers are without looking down and trying to figure out where they're at. What's difficult is finding the horn. What's difficult is finding the windshield wiper fluid or the lights on it. That's the stuff that is difficult. And so I just hate the idea of my wife borrowing the car, and I wouldn't say borrowing because it's her car too, but using my car because I need her car for something, using my car, and she's got to take her focus from the road down to the buttons. Ugh. I just hate that. I feel like that's just really stupid and unsafe, and I just don't feel comfortable lending my wife the car. Nah, I shouldn't say lending, it's her car too, but you get what I mean, right? It's primarily the car that I drive. So that's what I don't like. I don't like the interchangeability of drivers if they don't drive the car a lot. I think the Yoke is kind of a pain in the butt and it's unsafe. And I don't like for those of us that drive the car a lot, even people like me who are constantly changing in between other vehicles, I don't like the horn. I think the horn is stupid. Everything else is fine. I can get used to drifting around in this thing. Go ahead and check out the videos. Go ahead and check them out. You'll see me doing it. It's not that big a deal. I just don't like the horn. I don't like the interchangeability with other drivers. And really that's that. So personally speaking, if it came down to it, and it looks like in 2022, we're going to have the option to either, and this is just hearsay, but it looks like Tesla will now give you the option in the new S's and X's to have either a steering yoke or a steering wheel. And when it comes down to that option, for me personally, what am I going to choose? It's going to be the wheel. I have to say, it's going to be the wheel. It just, I'm a function over form guy. I think 100%. And this isn't any more functional than a standard wheel is. It's just not. Is it convenient to like hit the blinkers super easily on? Yeah, that's nice. I love the blinkers. The blinkers are great. Is it convenient to, I don't know. Nothing else is really that much more convenient. Let me be honest. It's fun to drive. It makes the car feel special. It makes you feel like you've got a lot of control when you're hammering down on that pedal, just unleashing all the horses. That's great. But other than that, I can't get on board with it. It's great if it's the only one that I had the option for, which it is now. Fine, I'll take it. But if I have the option to go wheel or yoke, I'm going with the wheel. I'm so sorry. There's a lot of you that are going to pat me on the back and a lot of you that are going to spit on my shoes for that statement, but it just is what it is. If you like the video, guys, please go ahead and give me a like, give me a sub, and we'll see you in the next one.